Hey guys, Cell here and welcome back to some Sweetest Monster. Let's get started. I stand at the threshold of the living room, unsure whether I should step inside or not. Do I dare? Why am I feeling so anxious? Is it because of my rapidly deteriorating relationship with Sally? Or is it something else? Guilt? Am I guilty of what happened when Belle was licking her ice cream? I don't even need to close my eyes to remember the soft moans Belle made as she let her tongue trail across the length of her ice cream. Her cheeks were flushed and her eyelashes trembled, her head bobbing back and forth, though only slightly. I shift, trying to drag my mind out of the past and into the present. I don't need these kinds of distractions right now. I'm meant to be with Sally. But my mind is miles and miles away. Of course it is. Where else would it be? I bought the milk. Do you still want coffee? I know what Sally's going to say before she opens her mouth to say it. And what took you so long? Where were you? What can I say? The good old-fashioned something came up excuse. It wouldn't be entirely wrong, no matter which way you choose to interpret it. I'm sorry, I just got caught up looking at the moon. It really is a pretty night tonight. Looking at the moon? Whatever you say, Robin. I'll admit, it's not one of my better excuses. It's the truth! I just wanted a bit of fresh air, that's all. Why is the air in here not good enough for you? It isn't when Sally glares at me like that. It makes me feel short of breath, like I'm stranded on an alien planet. This is supposed to be my house. I pay for half the mortgage. Why should I have to feel so uncomfortable in my own house? Come off it, Sal. Nothing happened. There wasn't even enough time for anything to happen. I was only gone for 20 minutes. More like half an hour. Ooh, a big extra 10 minutes. And what do you suggest I was doing in that time? What can a man do in half an hour? Sally sniffs. I don't know. It just seems suspicious. Suspicious? What's so suspicious about it? I've got the milk like I promised. You sure you don't want a drink? I'm not in the mood anymore. I'm tired. I thought she might say that. It's what I've been hearing in the bedroom for the last 2 months. Oh. It only makes sense that her general authority would extend to the living room, too. Sally gets to her feet, depositing one of the cushions she was cradling back onto the sofa and gives me a withering look. I'm going to bed. Good night. I'm not sure how, but she even manages to make that sound like an accusation. Right. Good night. Sleep well, Sally Valley. But she doesn't reply. She brushes past me, our shoulders bumping for the briefest of brief seconds, but that's all. It's almost as though the mere thought of touching me makes her cringe. Alright, we make our wife cringe. Achievement unlocked. May 13th, Thursday. The next day dawns in a similar state of silence. Melly rushes off to school before I finish shaving in the bathroom mirror. My fingers slip when I hold the razor and I cut myself. It's only a shallow cut, but it takes me by surprise. I swear under my breath. Sally doesn't comment on it at the breakfast table. Maybe she doesn't notice, or if she does, she doesn't care. I'd say she doesn't care. But it stings like a bitch. I bet it does. We sit there, Sally and I, picking at our cereal like baby birds. We don't say a single thing. The rustle of Sally's newspaper breaks the silence, alongside the steady ticking of the clock. That's it. We could be in a silent movie, but one of us misplaced into title cards. My existence feels just as black and white, dull and monotonous. Is this really all there is to life? Sitting at the breakfast table with your wife, whom you used to love, but now you're not sure if you even like, while your teenage daughter tries steadfastly to ignore you. I sigh, and it quiet kitchen and noise is almost overwhelming. I bet it is. It's lunchtime. I can hear the students, though when I say students, I really mean children running around outside in the playing field, screaming. I sigh. I don't know how many times I've done that today. Far too many to count. Why do they have to make so much noise? I know it must get dull sitting in class for hours on end, but the work they do is hardly taxing. They're in primary school. I suppose there's no reasoning with young children. They're all like that. Noisy, reckless, excitable. It's the ones who aren't the quiet, taciturn ones who sit in corners with their heads bowed and don't clamor for the castanets you have to look out for. I sigh again. You'd think the sound of children at play would fill me with a certain sense of fatherly fulfillment, but it doesn't. Instead, it's mildly irritating. And the irritation is becoming less and less mild with every passing moment. The music room juts out of the main school building like an ugly afterthought, a sewn-on appendage of Frankensteinian origins. You can hear the children more loudly over here. It doesn't help that it's so hot it feels like I'm going to suffocate. Weather has been particularly merciless lately, scorching in the morning, freezing at night. Oh well, I'm a grown man, I'll just have to deal with it. But I don't wanna. I don't usually spend my lunch hour holed up in my classroom like a recluse. Though social anxiety may run in my family, thank you, Grandma Iris, for passing those unwanted allelus down to my Melly. I'm not what you would call shy. Maybe that comes down to experience. You stop being anxious when you get older. Sooner or later you start to realize other people's opinions don't matter all that much. That's what I told Melly once. She replied, her head hanging, her voice muted. Is that why you and Mum are always shouting then? She wasn't trying to get at me. I don't think she was, anyway. She was just asking a question. Her voice was even more defeated than her hunched posture. I didn't know how to reply to her, so I didn't say anything. That's a running theme in our relationship. Silence. Silence is golden, after all. I wish the kids outside would shut up. It sounds like World War III out there. How can I tune the piano like this? It's not like the kids will even appreciate it. If only they actually cared about music, things might be slightly more bearable then. Unfortunately, they, much like everybody else in the world, to be honest, seem to think music's a DOS subject, a joke. Not even 5-year-olds take me seriously. Oh well, that's part and parcel of being a music teacher. At least I don't teach RE. I continue to fiddle with the inner workings of the piano. It's a battered old thing that's been at this school even longer than I have. Tuning it always takes ages. It's like a battle of wits, man versus music. I'd have better luck trying to hack into the Kremlin. We really need a new piano. I've told the headmistress this enough times, but she just shrugs off my concerns. Says there isn't enough room in the budget for such frivolous overspending. Frivolous? Okay, sure, you try teaching music with one barely functional piano and see how that goes. 99% of the time, it doesn't. No wonder everybody thinks music is a joke. I think it's a joke too, but not a very funny one. Not for me. I fancy seeing you here. Is this... Oh, Belle! I lift my head, wiping my brow with the back of my arm. I recognize that voice. It is Aria's chiffon cake with a teasing inflection. Belle. Did she just climb into the window? If so, I didn't hear her. I'm torn between being impressed by her stealthy entry and perturbed. I'm sure there are more ladylike ways to enter a building when she used the door. No way. That is boring. You'll be in trouble if you get caught. You might be mistaken for a burglar. A burglar? Yeah, right. What self-respecting burglar is going to break into a primary school music room? What is there in here to steal anyway? I suppose that's a fair point. I know, I'm full of them. Belle stands by the now open window, curtains flapping in the breeze as though she belongs here. Her skirt dances around her thighs. Hey, that outfit. She grins and strikes a pose. Yes, do you like it? It's a school uniform, the St. Catherine's uniform. I know, it's cute, right? I like the plaid skirt. I look up her up and down, arms folded and eyes narrowed like a real teacher. Well, I am a real teacher, so that isn't an act. Or is it? Sometimes I almost forget myself. They'd never let you into St. Catherine's looking like that. Oh, and why not? Is it because I'm so devilishly good looking? It's because your skirt is far too short. It should only be a few inches above your knees, not a whole foot. My, I'm so glad you noticed. It's a little hard not to. So, do you think I'm sexy? You can't tear your eyes away from my beautiful thighs, is that it? I'm just trying to look out for your modesty. You want to play at being the gallant knight, protecting your fair lady, honor. How touching. I never said you were a fair lady. That might be true. Not with this hair. He pinches a few strands of her hair between her fingers. It's pitch black against her white skin. Color spilt across snow. A dark lady, then? Doesn't that sound romantic? I am not going to dignify that with an answer. Meanie, you're no fun, and after I got all dressed up for you, too. Yes, quite. Where did you get that uniform from exactly? Haha, you humans are so cute. You ask such funny questions. What do you mean by that? I mean, I can conjure a human body for myself out of nothingness. But you're asking me about my clothes, and I was talking like Robin instead of Earl. Whoops. Fitting together all the bones in my fingers, the muscles behind my eyes, the cells that circulate through my blood. It's the hard part. The wrapping paper and ribbons that go all around all that is easy. I can do it in my sleep. It's a fair point. Crafting clothes from thin air does sound a lot easier than summoning a living, breathing human body. Belle twirls around, her arms at her side, examining her uniform. Her far too short skirt flutters. Can't keep your eyes off of her skirt, can you, Robin? I'm just struggling to understand why. Why what? Why you decided to wear a school uniform of all things? Do you really need to ask? Belle's eyes flash mischievously. It's because guys find it appealing. You do, don't you? I don't think we know one another well enough for this kind of conversation. That's what you say, but I know otherwise. Because a schoolgirl's outfit is more than just a uniform, it's a symbol of youth, and old men like it. When young girls pay attention to them, it makes them feel wanted, needed, attractive, right? She's got you, man. Just give it up. I turn my head away. I should be tuning the piano. I have a class in a half an hour, and I don't know what I'll do if I can't tune the piano. Maybe I'll forego my grandiose plans and bust out the maracas instead. Little children like making noise. They'd probably enjoy that more than trying to warble through "The Lord is my shepherd" all of tune, out of time. Yeah, but bring out the maracas. Oh, a piano. Fortunately, it seems the presence of this spattered old Steinway has made Belle forget her previous line of inquiry, and it's a good thing, too. There's a time and place to discuss one's sexual fantasies, and lunch break is in the music room in a primary school, no less, is not one of them. I'm more professional than that. I highly doubt that. Belle crosses the room in 5 neat steps, her silly skirt fluttering, and takes a seat on a stool by the piano. Now what is she playing at? You can play the piano. Of course. I'm very accomplished spirit. I'd as sweet as Robin as well, good luck playing this one. It's ancient. I was in the middle of tuning it when a certain somebody happened to climb in through the window and distract me. Really? How rude of them. They sound like a very naughty girl. and they deserve to be punished. They are, fast becoming the bane of my existence. Well, I've always been of the opinion that naughty girls should be punished. I just said that. Unfortunately, corporal punishment has been illegal for a long time. We're living in the 21st century now. Aw, what a pity. And I do so love being scolded. Belle sighs and shrugs her shoulders, but the teasing smile on her face doesn't waver. Oh well, what can you do? If I can't be scolded properly in the manner to which I am accustomed, at least I can be praised. Alright. Okay. Found my next thumbnail. And with that, Belle gets to her feet and begins to peer inside the piano at its exposed innards, as it were. I wonder if the piano were a living, breathing creature, whether it would find this monthly tuning exercise of being opened up and invaded by unfamiliar fingers deeply embarrassing. What on earth am I thinking? This must be because of Belle. I should stop this. I need to stop. That's easier said than done, especially given Belle is leaning over the piano, her short skirt displaying a generous, some might say over-generous, amount of her behind. When she shifts, pressing her pale fingers against the strings, I see her underwear in stark detail. Is she doing this on purpose? I never knew tuning a piano could be so interesting. I used to find the job incredibly dull. Very interesting, alright. Very interesting. The subtle bulge of her thighs, constrained by her socks, look even more appealing like this. Almost as though she's inviting wandering fingers. Maybe she is. It can be no coincidence that she keeps turning over her shoulder to shimmy glances, blinking from beneath her long, smoky lashes. I take a step backwards. Why am I still looking? I should stop looking. She's only tuning a piano, for Christ's sake. Couldn't make a decent porno out of that, could you? Well, possibly. You can make a porno out of anything nowadays. But Belle's trying. She's trying her best, and it's goddamn working, too. Fuck! I need to say something. The atmosphere is becoming unbearable. Not even the sound of kids playing outside, little monsters, all of them, can alleviate the pounding in my head, the twitching of my fingers, pitching of a tent. So, you know how to tune a piano, too. Of course, I am a spirit of many talents. And where'd you pick that one up? Well, who knows? It's a secret. Like your age? Indeed, a lady never tells. For all you know, I could have been Marie Antoinette in a past life, eating cake and drinking tea, whilst the rest of France slowly starved to death, right? But of course, I've always been selfish ever since I was born. When I find something I like, I detest the thought of sharing it with anyone. So she detests the thought of sharing Robin with anyone else as well. If I'm to take anything away from that. Belle looks at me, her eyes narrowed. Her eyes seem harsher under the sunlight, somehow more menacing than they were last night. I swallow. I'm not so dense that I can't realize that was a threat. I better not bring Belle back home to meet Sally and Melly then. Now that I was planning on it. Can you imagine how awkward that would be? Hey there, Sally and Melly. I want to introduce you to somebody very special. This is Belle. My great-aunt Clarice's cat, whom I attempted to save from drowning when I was only 6, and has now returned to thank me for the favor with her body. Please don't be too alarmed. Like that would go down well. Sally's eyes would probably widen so much they'd roll right out of her head, and as for Melly, I'm not sure how Melly would react. I never am these days. I shake my head. This is a waste of time. Forget it. It's not going to happen anyway. That's why we gotta keep it secret, man. You were never Marie Antoinette. I doubt the Queen of France would ever have to tune her own piano. Indeed, I never did. Not when I was Marie Antoinette, at least. You should thank me for degrading myself in such a manner for your sake, Robin. I glance back at her legs, her thighs, and her underwear. I think you're degrading yourself in a number of other ways. It's meant to be a skirt, not a belt. And now you sound like a concerned father. That's because I am a father. I'd never let Millie go out dressed like that. You say that, but I wonder, parents don't know their children as well as they'd like to think. You're not all that close to Melody, are you? I blink. I was just playing around, I think, but Belle's words have stopped me, frozen in place like a figure in a photograph. What does she know about Melody? All right, there we go. We're all done. Aw, really? Damn. With that exclamation, Belle sets down the wooden piano cover once again, hiding the delicate assembly of strings within. I raise an eyebrow. That was awfully fast. Oh, are you doubting the quality of my handiwork, my good sir? I who was once the crowned queen of France. I must admit, I am a little dubious. If you really can tune a piano as fast as you claim you can, I'll be out of a job. Well, that's just how it goes in the cutthroat world of work. They always want newer people, younger people with bright eyes and fast fingers, who work harder for less pay and don't truly understand their rights. I sigh. Belle's right. I've noticed an alarming trend lately, which has been sweeping through the school these past few years. Get rid of the old people, bringing in the new, fresh, younger, hip people. A number of the teachers, good teachers, men and women I was on friendly, small talk terms with, are being laid off. First it was Miss Long, then Mr. Garland, and then Mr. Potts. It can't be any coincidence that these men and women were all in their mid-50s or even older. People hired to replace them, meanwhile, were so young they could only have been a few years older than Millie, first from finishing their PGCEs. It's a wonder the kids listen to them at all, not much more than kids themselves. The school doesn't feel like a school to me, not anymore. It's more like a nursery. I go into the staff room and escape being pawed and mauled by the children. I'll confront it with even more of them. I have no doubts in a handful of years I'll be laid off too, replaced with some trendy young boy or girl who insists upon being called by their first name and likes to listening to, oh I don't know, Skrillex, and can't even read sheet music. You have a point, but I'd rather not talk about it. It's depressing. I see. The looming prospect of unemployment is always a toughie, huh? Especially when you have a wife and daughter. They don't make things easy, do they? It's no wonder you resent them, especially when you're trying so hard, but they never seem to realize. So why don't you drop them and come with me instead? I can make you feel like a new man. I wince. My head pounds. She's right, again. It's almost as though she can see right through me, not peering inside the recesses of my skull and pulling on all the different wires within. I'm suddenly struck by a frightening thought. What if she knows me even better than I know myself? That's just humans for you though, huh? Ungrateful through and through. You get too old and you get tossed aside like a ratty cardigan. Sure, they'll hand out the usual platitudes. I'm so sorry to let you go. You are an invaluable asset to our team, but they don't mean it. It means nothing, especially if they hang you out to dry like that. People always say things they don't mean. It's just the manners, and manners don't cost a penny. I can't stand niceness for the sake of niceness. It's so tawdry. I feel my fingers clenching into fists at my sides. I'm trembling. I wish I wasn't. Maybe Belle can sense my fear. I already said I don't want to talk about it. Belle exhales, running a hand through her short hair. Suit yourself, I guess. Being a queen in a past life, I can't understand your petty pedestrian worries. They're unsuited to a noble figure such as I. Now, would a noble figure really wear a skirt that short? People would have fainted if they saw so much as an exposed ankle back in the heyday of Madame Antoinette. And that's precisely why I want to dress like this. Experimenting with new fashion trends is exciting. The schoolgirl uniform is hardly a fashion trend. I paused, pondering. And Marie Antoinette was also made redundant, wasn't she? In the worst way possible. Indeed, but I was dignified to the last. I did not scream or cry, not even when my head was on the chopping block. That would have been far too unladylike. Ah, well, color me impressed. I don't think I would be able to handle being executed with such good sportsmanship. It takes practice, years of training. Don't worry, Robin. I'm sure you'll get there. I'd rather not. If it's all the same to you, I'd quite like my head being attached to my neck. Alright, you guys, that's all the time I have for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. See you then.